welcome to this 31st edition of the International CAE Conference. This is what we feel it's the annual flagship for the community of simulation-based engineering and sciences. It's an event for all sector stakeholders, starting from the industry, the university, basically research institutions, software vendors, and so on. In a sense, I would say that it is a tradition. I could say that it is a tradition since 31 years ago. We were at the very pioneering times of CAE. And we've been in the conference, and most of us, by the SAFE, have been reflected how we moved from an initial, from pioneering time where simulation was just a limited scope series of tools into something which is today literally changing the way we design and produce our products. So we can say, and the statement of the conference is, engineering simulation is radically changing the way products are designed and produced. Every year we choose a symbol for the conference, and this year the symbol is the Nautilus shell. You say, why? Why? Nautilus shell is the Nautilus is a marine dweller, but at the same time is a fossil who is on the Earth since the Triassic period, so, and it remained unchanged for millions of years. It's probably the finest shape, natural shape of the logarithmic spiral. And if we go to the old Greek philosopher, it was taken as a symbol of what they call the gold mean between the extremes. And we can make a sort of parallelism with numerical simulation. Since in mathematics, there's a close association between beauty and truth. For all who plays with differential equations sometimes say that they are fantastic things, they are truly a beauty. Making this parallelism with the conference, it could be a bit strange since numerical methods are in itself an approximation. So we cannot say that an approximation is necessarily a symbol of beauty. But on the other hand, the depth and breadth of technologies we have today is such that we can really approach the concept of something which is almost perfect. So let's take the symbol for the conference, and if we don't trust that this could be a symbol for the numerical simulation, at least, let's say, I wrote there that it could serve as a lesson in procedure for both our economic future and model for life itself. At least this is true. The conference format is similar to the one we started 2 years ago. So we have a plenary session. This year we have 2 plenary sessions, not just today, but even tomorrow morning there will be one, since we have a growing number of famous scientists and industry managers that are coming and telling us their experience in CAE. Then we have, as usual, industrial sessions, which are quite rich of examples of case histories of anything, testimonials, challenges from the users. And we have the standard one in transportation, aerospace and defense, energy and oil and gas, and there's a growing participation also in civil engineering and also in foundry metal forming, which is quite standard for us in the former edition of the conference. Then we have a session on enabling technologies, since we would like to know from the software producer where they are today and how the developments are in that sectors, and a session on information and communication technologies and high-performance computing, which is part of the world we live and we do our activity on. This year we restart some hands-on and training sessions. They were not done last year, the year before, but this year there are a couple of these hands-on and training sessions to follow if it's interesting. Then the exhibition. If you had the chance to walk around, you could have seen that the exhibition is growing with respect to the other years. This year we have some 36 exhibitors, which is a huge number for a conference such as this one. So you can, they are coming from various sectors, hardware vendors, and software vendors as well, plus some who's proposing certain applications, advanced application. We started 2 years ago to have an area dedicated to research projects. This year we found a sort of logo for this event into the event. We call that the Research Agora. And building on the experience we had last year, where on this Research Agora we had some live demo of certain activities, we expanded this concept, and you will enjoy a variety of live demos on the projects that are represented there. Then we have, as we had in the past, the Poster Award, which is growing and growing and becoming more and more rich every year, with contribution not just from Italy, but from all over Europe and as well from South America. Then the cocktail party and various entertainments to make more enjoyable the event. And again, as it's a tradition, we have always an introductory topic. This year, you know that Italy is excited to invite participants from all over the world to the Expo. And the Expo is sponsoring the conference as well. So we said, what if we tend to add something on the topic of food and things in this direction, or something in connection with the Expo? And obviously, there is something which is quite natural for us, and so tell stories about how the fair was set up. And so we have the designers and those who did the modeling of the main structure, including the Tree of Life and the Decumano roof, who is both quite a symbol of the Expo, plus various pavilions, the Maximum, the one from Kuwait, the one from Germany, and so on. So if you're interested in knowing the challenge that these people had to face to be on time and to do these marvelous structures, you just follow the session on civil engineering, and you'll have responsible for these projects to tell their experience. But we want to add something else. So an idea is, what if we will have a speaker and we have a project presented in the research area as well on the food that you're supposed to provide to the astronauts if they have to do long distance traveling in space. They have to be self-supported, and so you need to do something there. And second, some experience on the molecular cuisine, where we will have Professor Cassi, who is one of the authorities in Italy in this topic, quite a well-known expert in this sector, who will tell us the story of molecular cuisine. Then, again, to conclude this topic, the original idea was something like that. Two years ago, we had, for those who were here, it was quite a nice experience, an astronaut coming and telling his experience in space and this and that. And during his speech, we had a connection with the International Space Station, where another astronaut gave his welcome to the participants in the conference. The second astronaut, Parmitano, when he was back on the Earth, was requested, what did you miss more in the space station? And he said, an espresso. He's an Italian, and he said an espresso, obviously, because that's normal. So Lavazza, one of the Italian coffee producer, coffee vendor, decided to take the challenge and to organize for having an espresso machine on the space station. So the espresso machine was designed, and there has been a lot of simulation included, which was carried out partially by Enginesoft. So we had also last year the presentation of this coffee machine that was supposed to go on the Earth, on the space station. And It was supposed to be taken on the space station by another Italian astronaut, the lady, Samantha Cristoforetti. So the idea was to continue on this line and have, well, Samantha possibly as a participant in the conference, which was a dream. In fact, she has so many different appointments to follow that it was impossible to have there. But we had a second dream, so to have the company here who's preparing the food that is taken to the space station. And so use a sort of slogan, come to the conference and eat the food of the astronauts. But again, even this, which was at the last moment, we've been said that they were not coming. And in this case, due to the expo, which instead of helping us, was against us, was a competitor. Since these days, the same thing is done at the expo. So nothing to do. So we said to ourselves, let's stay on the Earth. If we cannot have the food of the astronauts, let's at least have a couple of bottles of wines, Italian, from this region. So you're welcome in the area where NGSoft has the booth and whatever, and to pick up, if you are interested in this topic, to pick up a couple of bottles of good, I would say a good wine, really good wine, and enjoy when you're home. As usual, I have to say thank you to speakers. They did a lot of work to prepare their talks here. Sponsors. Without sponsor, this event could not be possible because we need money as well to organize the conference. Software vendors, there's plenty of them here. A lot of them coming from all over the world and showing absolutely new technology or pieces of technology that could be extremely useful in the day-to-day design. The research teams, you will see some of them, how they organized their own area and the things that they could show you. Participants in the poster award, as I said, not just from Italy. This is something that is becoming more and more rich every year. Associations which are here. We have Nathan's, by the way, coming, and so a sort of partner from the dissemination of knowledge in the area of simulation-based engineering sciences. The press, obviously the NGSoft marketing team who did quite significant work, and all of you. So enjoy the conference.